I don't know if you can hear it. He goes, and he quit doing it. And all my bones pop. But I called the doctors at Tears. I got a cool doctor over there too. I mean, he's just as cool as his other cat. But yeah, I guess I got an accent if he wants to go fishing. But he works with little babies with epilepsy, with marijuana. It's really low THC, but they probably can handle a lot anyway. But they got, I mean, there's sitting in a waiting room, a lady was going in there with her baby, and the baby was happy playing with toys. And I kind of knew the gist of what was going on with that. And I was going to talk to another doctor, but he's a spinal cord expert, like the best in the world. I haven't felt this good in 4 years. I'm still hurting bad. Well, when it's a lot of, first off, I'll let you know. I need to calm this. Yeah, but I might be able to fix my hands enough and break me up something from my arm that really don't work that good. And I can drive. I can bring my own self to the damn doctors. Hopefully more places than that. Like, I can't think of anywhere I went to a normal meeting when I was in the nursing home. Royce and man, I forget the other cat's name. It was a long time. It was probably the same year I got out of the ER. Let me tell you about that. When the accident first happened, I spent like right at 70 days in a coma. I didn't think I was gonna wake up and try to make sure my grandma had preparations, for my demise. I'm not gonna pull out of it. They took me off they kept trying to take me off the coma juice, the stuff that puts you in a coma, freaking propofol. That's the same stuff poor Michael Jackson's doctor was giving him so he could sleep at night. This shit ain't made for that. It make you crazy. And man, I could almost swear to it that all the operations they did when I was in a coma, I heard some of that shit. Like, it's in my freaking brain. But let me tell you a little bit of the story. 70 days in a coma. I stayed about another 8 days, and the ICU nurses had already prepared a look. I wish I could have took a video of it. I had to get a phone yet. Mine got smashed by accident. And but they saw me out singing to me all the way. Jeremy, you're gonna make it. It's giving me hope. But I was going to a nursing home. The one I went to was called Beaumont. Beaumont Rehab and Nursing. Or Nursing and something like that. It's right by Racetrack on College Street. Right behind the old Golden Corral that shut down. And so I'm in there. I got down to about 75 pounds. I naturally go 135, 140. Well, nowadays, well, I lost a lot of weight in the airplane, 135. But I was 75 pounds. Hell, I was in there on an air mattress, just a cheap old air mattress on one of those, just a wire frame, bed, cheap, the old stuff, like leftover from hospitals. Well, I couldn't only feel anything. Couldn't move my arm. Couldn't move my toes. And one day, we could say about the best one. The thing went flat. It came unplugged. The bed. I laid on that wire frame. I think it was 8 days before they said, damn, your bed's come unplugged. Let me check the bottom. Sure enough, right above your butt crack. I mean, it's not your butt crack, it's called your coccyx. It's where your tailbone kind of splits into your leg bone. It's connected to the, schoolhouse route. So, yeah, the bed sore got so bad. I got pictures, but it smelled like decomposition. Like if you read up and found a dead person laying there for a while, that's what I smelled like. And I was having bowel movements in there pretty good, but they weren't cleaning me. Yes, ma'am. And hold on a second.
Hey, Jeremy.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm feeling okay today. A little better.
Better?
Yesterday.
You remember me?
Yes, ma'am.
Good, good.
You remember me?
Yeah, I do. Glad to see you again.
How you doing today?
I'm good, I'm good. You're in a good spirit today.
I'm scared of
Yeah.
talk to some of my friends.
Is Dr. Rodriguez took care of you nicely?
Uh,
The other guy?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He was in some fishing.
Yeah.
But you don't go to my house. When I get there, you're gonna jump in the van, you go drive, I get out.
Oh, really?
You're supposed to be fast.
That's
Some of the
good.
best fishing in the world.
Absolutely wonderful.
Hey,
I'm glad that you're getting better. That's more important. And this time they took care of the stone thing.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is.
The urologist, he had to take his time.
Yeah.
And thank God for him
Yeah.
and his team.
What are you watching, though?
I would pause this video, just my thoughts
Oh.
in my video journal.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
so
good.
don't forget.
Yeah, keep up the good spirit, okay?
I am. They told me I might be able to go. So,
Yeah, so we have to set up the IV antibiotics. Yeah. So they discontinued 2 different antibiotics and then they continuing with one. It's called meropenem. So you are on that and then they need to continue for a certain amount of time. So we're going to work with the case manager, the social worker, and we're going to figure out how we're going to do it. Because this time we want to take care of you better.
awesome.
We don't want you to, suffering a lot,
Yeah.
You have this infection, that's not good.
For you.
Yeah.
Like, they sent me home before with a big line and a bunch of
Yeah.
antibiotics.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
Tier said they might be able to put a cadaver tendon and length in it. And they shortened it.
Okay. I'm so glad that you are in a good spirit and keep up the good spirit and pray for everybody and pray for us Okay? Yeah, we're dealing with a lot of, stuff right now.
And a lot of people just don't listen. That's right. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I pray for them. That too.
Yeah. I think you had a good, like vision, because right now the problem thing is taken care of. That's why, right? Yeah, I can see that. Do you want to see some sunlight?
No, because it makes it hot.
Oh, okay.
The air. I guess it's just came on. Like, if it's like warm outside, it'll come on.
Oh, okay.
But at night, it's like it's 80 degrees.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
I appreciate it.
All right, take care, Jeremy.
I will.
Okay.
And
All
thank everybody.
I'll see you around, okay?
Okay.
I know you're here, yeah.
All right. And tell everybody.
Okay.
I said thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Much love.
Much love.
Yes,
God
ma'am.
bless.
One.
Okay.
Another one of my co-doctors. She has helped me keep my spirits alive. She could, I guess you could tell, where I got to project my voice at a person. I just hope the phone has a better set of ears than I do. I don't know. But I got that bed sore in there. My grandmother took me out. Took me out there. What you see, I was like, Granny, come stay. Just 7 or 8 hours. Just watch how they operate. And sure enough, they shift changed. They didn't even know she was there. And they didn't come in my room one time. Not to empty my catheter. Not to. My grandmother did it, thankfully. And I was so weak in there, I couldn't push. Well, no. Dad, so old school, they had a light switch on the string that you call. You pull to call the nurse. And I wasn't even strong enough. That's one of them old school light switches that click real loud. I can't do it. I sucked too much against it. And my tongue is so swollen, it barely fits in my mouth. Come on, baby. You know you want to give it some. You know you want to give it. Told you. Some of y'all remember that movie, Waterboy? High quality H2O. That's what I'm about. A few times I had to drink Port Arthur City water because I was broke. But, no, not anymore. Yeah, but I got out of there. And, a couple of weeks before she got there, I called, it's called DARS, Department of Aging. No, this one, they got DARS, and they got DADS. I think they did away with DADS, Department Aging and Disability Services. It's for old people and disabled people. And so, my skin's so dry. And, when I'm scratching a hole to my head. So, I had the state come by and document this shit. Because they got people there that can't talk. People with dementia. I mean, I was dying. And I wasn't just calling for me. I'm calling for these other people. I was sharing a room But this poor man had real bad diabetes. He had to get one of his legs cut off at the knee, and it was fresh. And they said, oh, we clean it every 3 days. And the doctor come, they had 2 doctors. One was a horse's ass. I'm going to try to find his name and put him, he don't need to do that. But since I got all this shit documented, they got a website called, it's 1-888 Sean with an S, King. His website is nursinghomeabuse.com. Well, that's just documented with the state. My grandma took pictures with her phone. And I'm gonna get, if they're still open, I think they are. I'm gonna try to call them. And I'm gonna sue this shit. I'm trying to sue the ever-living shit out of that place. I mean, they got insurance for that type of shit. Fuck. Maybe they'd be more careful. And I got, like you said, 4 fingers. 4 people got fired. They didn't know who that lady was. She was acting like my aunt. Like, when you gonna go up there for? And she was just, they were like, where are you going? Well, I'm just seeing if there's a place where I could put Jeremy in his chair. Oh, he's got a bad bed sore. He can't get in his chair. And she was like, yeah, I know. I just saw it. And she was still walking around. She saw this old man with dementia. He always falls on the floor. And check out how stupid this rule is. In Texas, they can't, I guess maybe hospitals do, but not this one. They made you put the sides up on the bed. I mean, shit, down. Because it's called a restraint. You're not supposed to restrain anybody. But I think they can make an exception from an old man. He thinks he can stand up, and his legs are like rubber bands. He was right across from my place. I've moved rooms. And I could see if he fell in one spot, I could see him. And he fell when that lady from the state was here. And they're like, yes, baby, he falls all the time. I'll get in there and get him in a minute. That person got fired. That was one of the 3 that didn't have. One didn't have nothing to do with me. She didn't come and see me at all. She got fired from that man with dementia. And like they put before now, I had a donut pillow, and I'd get in a manual wheelchair. My grandmother would push me to the back. Some of them already knew me from seeing me on the news. So it was just like, be cool. We know what you're doing. There was one nurse, she was trying to block my groove. She don't want nobody feeling good. Like Case come out one day. We weren't even doing it. We sitting out in front, shooting the shit. And she comes, flings the door open. He's like, damn girl, oh, I'm just coming to see what y'all up to. And she looked, smelled. I said, you satisfied? But after that, when she was there, I would get whoever comes to wheel me almost to the Golden Corral on that side of the parking lot and smoke joints. My grandma would come, and that was the only pain medicine. I, well, they was giving me opioids when I first got there. And check this out. When I left the ICU, I couldn't talk at all. And I couldn't eat or drink for 11 months. I could not talk. I could not communicate. People had to read my lips. Some people in the hospital were great at it. Some people can't even try. But in a nursing home, it was a lost cause. But it was horrifying. A freaking house of horrors where you actually go to be scared and die. You die in there. My family, when they got me out, I don't know how I survived that. It healed. You can't tell. Keep in mind, I can't talk for another 11 months, or drink, or eat. I had fluids from an IV and a feeding tube. That's they crush my pills up, mix them with water, and pour them down that tube. If I was lucky, they pour an Ensure. But it was some others, like a off-brand Ensure, little bitty can. I can't even, it was a can, like metal, like a, not aluminum, like a, vegetables, that kind of freaking can. But anyway, so I couldn't talk. That fucking sucked so bad. Like, and I was so thirsty. That's why I never have. I got a cup. It's a half gallon. And I drink 2 of those a day or more. I drink more than a gallon of water. And I ordered IV tubing off of Amazon. And that's what I make my straws out of. So they can be like 2 feet long. And I gotta worry about turning it over or leaning it up too much. But man, I haven't even had the spirits to even speak to anybody. Like, I just been a hermit. After I got out of the hospital, she healed it up. I went to Tear. I'll share some videos when I guess I might can get them on this phone and then upload. But if you see how strong I was at Tear, I had my loaner electric chair, just like the one I got now. It stands up like a Segway. Like over there, I was standing up and pushing my feet and raising myself up and down. You can, I'll show you one day soon. And so I was through with Tear. I had 1 day left. And this, I guess he's a bone specialist, but he put me through a MRI to check that old bed sore. And what he saw was my tailbone was jagged like a saw. I mean, it was cutting into my skin, basically. He didn't even put me to sleep for this shit. Just did it. And it didn't sound. And I still felt it. And, but he had to open the bed sore back up. And I guess I understand why. But I mean, I should have got a second opinion. Because that took another year to heal. It takes at least a year to heal most bed sores. My grandmother healed the mother of all bed sores. And she's a saint in my eyes. Like, the wound people, they got people that specialize in that. And I mean, she was there all the time. We could look at information on the internet, find what's best. And I had Obamacare at the time. I wasn't eligible for Medicare yet. Their reason was, well, you might get up and walk tomorrow. Okay, well, I still kept my Obamacare, pay for everything, just for the parts. They put it in my back and my neck, all the titanium pieces in my spine, just those parts were like 1.3 million. The whole stay was 3.5 million. It cost 30 grand a night to stay in any ICU. Some charge more than that. And they paid everything. So, and I got it because I wasn't making much money at the time. I worked for myself and things were slow. And they didn't even charge me for it. I had, if you don't make that much money, you could get a $650 credit a month towards Obamacare. And it don't cost that much. But the other is, I'm not sure, but they paid everything. Like with this Medicare, I'm gonna have to pay half. Like when I go home, I have to go pick up some hellaciously strongly controlled antibiotics. Like one tube is big around as bigger than a thing of toothpaste around. It's big. Can't show you. But it's big. They gotta put a PICC line in my arm to stay there. And like every 3 hours they gotta give one of them shots. And I figured, and I asked them if it's cool if we, don't put it in the microwave, but warm it just a little bit. It's a warm water. They're like, yeah, because it's so much, it's hard to fucking push. And it makes me sick. I don't give a shit. I'm getting sick right now because I haven't ate anything hardly in 2 weeks. I don't know. I got it inshore right there. It's looking real good. But I gotta wait for some help. But I'm gonna get some grip. Shit. But yeah, all that happened. Just imagine not drinking water. I dream about, I get my mama to make me a crocheted thing with a big thick crochet handle to put a half-gallon mason jar that I could just keep filled with lemonade or water, and I would just dream about that. Hey, and there was a couple of really nice nurses at the nursing home, but they were only there on the weekends. And she would give me some water, because I know they were scared the flap wouldn't close and that it would go into my lungs. Well, that water was the test. They still made me wait months before you gotta do a swallow test. You gotta drink this radioactive, but they come in a truck that has an x-ray machine built in it. You get in the truck, you drink this radioactive stuff, and they watch it go down on the screen, and they're just making sure it goes to your stomach. And if I'm motioning, I told you so. But couldn't say it. And they're like, yeah, you can drink. I'll go tell him. I said, please. I mean, I tried to put my hands together and bow to her a little bit. And the first thing I ate, Sonic hot dog. The fuck? I was just what I was hungry for. I couldn't eat all of it because my stomach wasn't used to, heavy stuff like that. Learned a new trick. These videos could end up being hours long. I'm sorry, I just can't think of it. I like that. So they cut me at cock at tear to scrape the shit out of that bone. The next day, he said, scanned it again. He showed me where it's a little bit smoother, but I still feel like my the little points when I sit straight up, the little points are just pushing down on my skin, on the tailbone from the inside. But I don't want to cut it back up. I'll sit on a hemorrhoid pillow, those round pillows, if I gotta sit up in my chair. Quit smoking cigarettes. About a month ago, thank goodness. Those things are expensive too. So proud of myself. I'm proud of myself about that. Even my lip on the inside. These doctors up here, I see why people from around the world, if they got money, they come here. When I was in Tyre, they had a sheik from the United Arab Emirates. So that's where he come. He had an off-road accident. They go in that sand. They got bad ass trucks and bikes, and they tear that sand up. Trucks that ride wheelies up the dunes. But anyway, they helped him a lot. I was glad. They helped everybody a lot. And man, if I could stay on this path, keep getting better, not go to a nursing home unless I can do for myself. I don't know. Damn, there's a big old spider climbing on the ceiling. It'll probably drop down in a minute. But I don't know what else I can say. I didn't ramble on too much. I hope in such a way y'all can make out what I'm saying. I love y'all. I hope everybody's well. I'm not gonna say it just, I've, I've seen people with COVID. I was at, when I got the first surgery on my, where he thought he messed my kidney up. It was supposed to come out. What hospital? Yeah, I was at this hospital. And I can't go to the ICU. Now, this was like in the middle of May. So they had maybe 10 or 12 COVID patients up there. And they had 2 beds. All their rooms were negative pressure coming out. My room was positive pressure. So the wind was, you could hear it. But anyway, I didn't get it, thank goodness. But I heard these poor people, and I've never heard this sound, but this, if you can imagine, an old elephant that's about to die. He falls on his side, and he's struggling to breathe. It would probably be pretty loud. You know, his breathing would reverberate far and wide. That's what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like. It was so loud. I'll never get that sound and those people out of my head. And the doctors that were up there more than once, I heard them just throw professionalism out the window. I know they weren't meaning to. They're trying to save lives. They're like, nurse, give me the fucking clamps. Hurry up. I need the fucking clamps. We gotta get this tube fucking blocked up. We can't be giving this stuff. It ain't working. And fuck. And doctors just silly said, fuck. The nurses, they're on their best behavior. They're not adding to his anxiety. But when you hear a doctor fucking freaking out, don't know what to do to save somebody, they were beat down and defeated at the beginning. Now, they're curing people up there somehow. People are going home. It's pretty damn cool. But an elephant taking his last breath, I can't even try to do it. My pretty weakened state. But I can't hold both ears shut. My Lord will cooperate. But you don't want that. Even people think they're young, they can beat it. And I seen it. Well, I heard it. Yeah, you don't want this. I don't get it. It's easy that easy. I'm gonna try to upload some of these videos. If I got 100 gigs of data at the speed, and in Houston I get true 5G, so it's pretty freaking fast. Faster than my home internet. Like I get like 350 megabits a second. At home, I get 100. Alright, I will talk at y'all later. Hopefully, I probably can't answer a bunch of questions right now. Bro, I gotta wear seeing eyeglasses. I broke the arm off with them. I bet. Shit, they still work. Alright, voice is scraggly. And y'all, see that black spot? That's like dead air. They put a ventilator on my face. Like, they put me to sleep. And, man, my lips feel like they've been battered and deep fried. And somebody just ate all the skin off the chicken. You know what I'm saying? They is raw. And my tongue, I gotta talk just right. I gotta hold my tongue just right. Because it's too fat. My mouth too swollen. I love y'all. I can't wait to get back to life. Before this day, I was down in the deep dumps. Let me let y'all go. Love y'all.